My name is Ron Hansen. I'm the CEO of a company called Electrolytic Minerals. And what I want to talk to you about a little bit is the advantages of using electrolytic minerals in your growing process. So as you probably already know, every living thing, whether it's a plant, an animal, or a human being, we need minerals. So in order for plants to operate at peak efficiency, they need minerals. For us to operate at peak efficiency, we need minerals. So what my company does is we harvest minerals from the Great Salt Lake in Utah. So the Great Salt Lake has some of, well, not some of, they are the purest liquid minerals on the planet. They're organic, they're vegan certified, they're gluten-free. I mean, it's just, we have a harvesting process that actually takes 2 years of going through multiple evaporation ponds to pull out all of the sodium. But I want to show you, so I could stand up here and give you all the science behind it, but by using this little light bulb test, I can show you fairly simply what I'm talking about. So what I did when I got here today is I just got some water from the sink. So this bottle here is filled with Garberville water, so just from the sink. And you know, people talk about the value of their water. So you'll see here we have this probe. So we've broken the connection here. So in order for the light bulb to work, you have to put it on something like this penny that will make the connection like the light bulb. So if we're talking about Garberville water and are there minerals, are there electrolytes in Garberville water, if we put it in there, you'll see that nothing happens with the light. And that's pretty standard for minerals. There's very few sources of water on the planet that have enough minerals or electrolytes. But then we start thinking, yeah, but you know, for me to be healthy, I go out and I buy healthy mineral water. And one of the most popular ones is one being promoted by Mark Wahlberg, the actor. It's called Aqua Hydrate. It's supposed to be the greatest electrolytic water on the planet, going to give you all these health benefits. And I have a jar of some of his water here, and we put the probe in, and again, my premium electrolytic water, really not doing too much for me as a human, or for my pet if I'm feeding it to my pet, or my plant if I'm spritzing my plants with it. There are things out there that do actually have electrolytes in them. This is a 5-hour energy. So we'll put some 5-hour energy in one of these jars and we'll see whether or not 5-hour energy has any electrolytes in it. So let's check that out. And we'll see, okay, yeah, 5-hour energy does actually have some electrolytes. Now it also has a whole bunch of other things, so not sure you want to be pouring 5-hour energy on your plants and seeing the benefits, to your cannabis by pumping them full of 5-hour energy. When I got here earlier, we got some of the local cannabis, and I've been soaking it in the Garberville water just to see if we do a measurement on that, whether or not there's sort of what the level of electrolytes and electrolytic minerals are soaking in here. And you'll see there's, having soaked this for a couple of hours now, pulling some of the electrolytes or the minerals out of the cannabis. There is, in fact, you can see here just a little bit of a light here. Now, what I'd like to do is just show you, starting back with the Garberville water. So these are some of the electrolytic minerals that we've harvested from the Salt Lake. So we'll just put we'll just put 1 drop of the minerals in. So starting with just a drop here of the minerals, you'll see that it's already turning the water into a water that will completely change what's happening with your plants. We put a few more drops in, and just as you're seeing here how bright this light bulb is getting, so we have the ability to turn the water that you're feeding your plants into electrolytic water to have the minerals. Now, the great thing about this being a liquid mineral is that's the most absorbable mineral that your plants can get. So let's see if we're over here. We'll put another drop in here. So now that's what's happening to your plants. So let me give you a case study. So in Fort Stockton, Texas, that's on the west side of Texas, they cut a 97-acre crop of alfalfa, and then they used a tractor and they sprayed it one time. About halfway through the growth, they used a crop duster, sprayed it again. So from the previous growth period to the one we sprayed, it increased the yield 278%.
Wow.
Now, more importantly, is that it raised the quality of the hay from feedlot hay to dairy farm hay. And that was just one treatment. So there are 2 things. Part of that is the electrolytic minerals and what we call ionic water. So plants' bodies, like our bodies, have 325 ionic or electrical transactions that happen. If we are mineral deficient, and 75% of Americans are mineral deficient, so that means there's a 75% chance all of us in this room are mineral deficient, you're not operating at peak efficiency. Well, if the minerals have been pulled out of the soil that you're growing, then your plants are also mineral deficient. The second piece that we add in, so we're doing this with HBCC, so we're doing that exclusively with the goal that if all of you will buy into this, just like the hay of taking this from feedlot hay to dairy hay, I haven't done any experiments with this on cannabis, but I'm quite curious to see what this will do to the cannabis as far as taking that to the next level. What I do know what will happen is you're going to get a much better growth. You're going to get a dramatically increased yield. It will, with all the other plants that we've worked with this on, whether they're vegetables like tomatoes or alfalfa or things that we've said, it's improved the color of the plant. So, you know, we're going to be reaching out to you and talking to you about this as far as your water source. We've partnered exclusively with HBCC. As far as it comes to water, my company, we have access to millions of tons of water, not gallons. And so that may be something else, as we were talking earlier, as far as like solving people's water issues, especially later in the season. That's something that we'll want to be talking with you as far as bringing water in. And you'll see that, you know, this just keeps getting brighter, and that's what's happening to the cannabis in this shot glass. So the primary mineral, so there are 79 minerals and trace minerals that are in the waters, but the primary minerals are magnesium and chloride. And so magnesium is the critical element in chlorophyll and photosynthesis and in allowing the water. So one of the things that happens here is that it helps the plants better retain water. So one of the tests we did, we actually used 50% less water than they had used before and still got an increased yield. So that's one of the advantages. A third advantage of using the combination, you have to use both of the ionic water and what we call the organic nanonutrient. So the nanonutrient is working more on your soil. So there are billions of microorganisms and macroorganisms in the soil that if they're not functioning properly, they're not producing the enzymes that your plant needs to be able to suck the minerals out of the earth. They're not producing enzymes. They're not working on the plant residue. They're not converting waste and chemicals into the products that the plants can absorb. But if you have those two things working in conjunction with each other, what it also does, so with a healthy plant, pests and bugs don't like healthy plants. And so this helps create sort of like a natural repellent. So it's not going to kill the bugs or the pests if they land on the plants, but what I'm saying is if your plants are mineral healthy, the bug won't want to land on your plants. So we've run a sort of a chemical analysis for Humboldt County, and we're just now working with Reuben and Stamati, and we'll start doing these tests. But I think everything that we've put this on, it's grown faster, better, healthier plants, greater yield, better color. And the proof will be in the, in the pudding when we start doing this. So with the electrolytic minerals, for us, we would recommend that you put it in your water and that you use that all the time. For the nanonutrients, you would do that somewhere between 2 to 3 times per growth cycle. So the nutrient enables the microorganisms and the macroorganisms to, so there's billions of these things in soil. And if your soil is not the proper pH balance or the proper microorganism and macroorganism balance, sometimes your soil actually locks things that prevent the plants from pulling them out. So you think you'll be very pleased with the results. So, thank you.